What's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again to the Growth Network with grassroots our wealth, tradition, and heritage. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Today, I want to bring a disturbing story out of Florida. It's disturbing on all levels: relationship, financing, and just pure ignorance. This is from the Daily Mail, because like I say, I prefer to get my stuff from the Daily Mail because they bring all the details, all the stats. So let's get into it. We got time today. Like I say, out of the dailymail.com, the article states, Florida woman, 33, used $15,000 pandemic relief loan to bankroll a hit on TSA agent who stole her boyfriend. Victim, 24, was gunned down outside her Miami home in front of her 3-year-old daughter. Man, this is worse than a doggone soap opera. But here we go. But they say, a lot of times say truth is crazier than fiction. So it reads, a Florida woman has been arrested for allegedly using a $15,000 PPP loan to hire a hitman to murder the 24-year-old woman she claims stole her boyfriend. It's amazing, who tells you this stuff? When they arrest you and they ask you why you do it, you really sit there and say, that this heifer stole my boyfriend? I mean, is that how they get this information? My God. Anyway, LaShante Jones, a TSA agent. TSA, oh my God, is that a federal agent? Will she get federal time, get max time for killing this federal agent? Anyway, LaShante Jones, a TSA agent at Miami International Airport, was fatally gunned down in front of her daughter, 3, outside her home in Coral Bay Cove Apartments in the Miami suburb of Homestead on May 3rd, 2021. Her toddler was also injured. This is where you call sick. I'm gonna read the rest of the story and you're gonna see, you get more details. But this is some bullcorn. There's no code for anything nowadays. You remember when they said back in the day, it should be a code that, this person was with their family, you didn't touch them. You will see stuff. You see these shows these documents like Cocaine Cowboys or whatever the case, and they'll say, one thing we didn't do is we didn't touch, when they was with their kids, we didn't put a hit on them when they was around their family, with their parents, we didn't touch civilians. We just got the one person we tried to get, and that's it. And the families around, we didn't bother them. That's why, back in the day, you used to know people that used to, say, transport drugs across these highways. They would go with their whole family. And first of all, on first, glance, you'd be like, man, why would you take your family on something like that? If you get in trouble, then your kids got to go through all that. See you getting arrested, pulled over, all that kind of. Then they got to go to to the state and the system until they can find foster kids or somebody in your family to take the kids, or something happening and the drug deal go bad. They kill your kids and all that kind of stuff. But when you in the middle of it, what you thinking is, I got my kids, anybody gonna touch me. But that's a lie now, because people don't give a damn about you or your kids. When they want to rob you, they're gonna get you. They want to kill you, they're gonna get you right there now. Seen plenty of videos. I saw one video of a woman holding her kid, and someone walked up to her and didn't like it and shot her. And was just, and walked up to her, shooting. She shit at her kid, and they still just dumping on her. People don't care. There are no rules to the game any longer. Jasmine Martinez, 33. This looks like her sister, but last name Martinez, so I don't know which one is Mexican, her mom or dad, is charged with first-degree murder for masterminding the plot. So a 33-year-old woman shot or had a woman 9 years younger than you. Killed her. How to kill? Police say Martinez took out a $15,000 pandemic relief loan, which she claimed was for her one-woman beauty salon in operation. How easy was it to get these damn PPP loans? Because, shoot, I'm sitting here thinking maybe I should have got one. But the thing about a loan is I don't want to get a loan because I don't want to pay that something back. I got loans I'm trying to pay back now. I don't want to pay back nobody else, give nobody else no money. I'm trying to knock down car payments and student loans and and stuff like that. Now, and you know what I'm saying, the home mortgages, I'm trying to cut all kind of stuff. I ain't sitting there trying to just add to my, you know, add to my debt. It's not clear if Martinez ever actually owned the salon. So that just let me know she just made up some stuff. To tell you the truth. And they said, okay, here you go, $15,000. That stuff is crazy. But if we sit there and ask for reparations, sit there and say, hey, can we get money to improve these schools? Can we use money to like improve some of these wages? Or, you know, create programs where kids can learn like STEM and or learn how to create IT certifications and stuff like that, so they can get a decent job. In some of these places, they look at you like you're crazy. But again, it's a loan. They give you a loan because they want the money back. So they give you loans because they want you to be in debt. But for some reason, people ain't understanding that. You know, it's like buying a car. Like right now, they say car prices are sky high. So, oh, well, I can sell my car for a lot. They go get me another one. Well, fool, if you sell your car, you got to go for a high price. You got to go buy another car for a high price. So it's like you in the same boat, if not even worse, because now the car you paid out, now you got to go in, you got another loan for 6, 7, 8, 9 years. It's like we don't really, instead of just sitting there saving our money, keeping this car, whether we like it or not, it's working. It's good on gas, especially now where gas prices are. It's good on gas, it's dependable, you understand, you know it. You know what I'm saying? Keep it for a little while, raise some money, so then when you do want to get a car, you want to put a big down payment on it. If you don't want to pay a brand new car cash, but if you want to get a new car, put a big down payment on it. That way your note will be low, your interest rate will be low, and you won't be paying forever. Carter and Romeo Robertson, 35, who reportedly connected, here we go. And then used to hire Javion Carter, 29, to kill Jones. It's not clear if Martinez ever actually owned a salon. So Javion Carter is the one who killed the young lady. Carter and Romeo Robertson, 35, who reportedly connected Martinez with the assassin, are also charged with murder. All three could face the death penalty if found guilty. So she was knew Romeo Robertson, and Romeo Robertson told Javion Carter, you know what I'm saying, that somebody need to die. Let's see. And when you look at the people, it's like, oh my gosh. Like, anyway, Jones and Martinez has a long-standing, must be probably word feud. But it's not here. Jones and Martinez, I'm just gonna assume it's a feud. Had a long-standing feud since 2016. When Martinez attacked Jones because she was dating her ex-boyfriend. That case was dropped. She was arrested again for attacking Jones in 2018 when officers investigating an unrelated matter saw her punching Jones in the face, according to the New York Times. After a court hearing for that case in February 2020, Martinez's then boyfriend, Kelly Nelson, was arrested for punching Jones and stealing her phone and wallet in the courthouse parking lot. He had a firearm on his person. Man, how ignorant can you be? Here's my thing. You had a feud since 2016, so which means that, so we're talking 6 years ago, but the crime happened in 21. At the time, the girl was 24. So at 19, the girl was 19, you were 30? No. 28. At 19, your boyfriend left your 28-year-old ass for a 19-year-old. And woman, like say, pretty much damn at the time, they not even half yet. Well, anyway, you know what I'm saying? And so this is 2016, you got into it, got mad at her because she took your man and your man left, whatever the case may be. You know, dude don't want you no more. 2 years after that, you fight the girl, punching the girl in the face. Over something that happened 2 years before then. 2 years after that, so 2 years after, in 2018, 2016, you fought the girl because of, she took your boyfriend. 2018, you was arrested again because you were fighting the girl again, and then you punching the girl in the face and got arrested by the police. And then 2 years after that, your boy, you know what I'm saying, your boyfriend, your current boyfriend in 2020, you got this fool to go over there and beat the girl up in the freaking court parking lot. So maybe it was in court because she pressed charges on you for whooping her. You know what I'm saying? Because you still mad over something that happened 4 years before then. And the dude punched her, took her phone and wallet in the courthouse parking lot. Woman, you got that much power over men? Or did you get that much power over Sims? Because you didn't have that much power over your first boyfriend because that dude left you for a 19-year-old. I said Martinez was in charge in that case. Nelson was jailed for armed robbery and still awaiting trial, although Jones was a chief witness. So your buddy's in jail waiting trial, or just waiting trial, period. And the woman who told you to do it is not even going to jail. See, fellas, we got to think. We got to do better than this. Man, like I said, this woman is still out. Now she got some other dude that she's probably dating and got him to hire a dude to kill the girl from three boyfriends ago. Seriously, in March of 2021, Jones told police that Martinez had offered her money not to testify against Nelson and had sent her a message on social media asking her not to tell police that Nelson was armed at the time of the robbery, the Times reports. Just a month before her murder on April 9th, Jones gave her deposition against Nelson. Surveillance footage captured Jones and her toddler walking toward their apartment when a man later identified as Carter got out of a gray 2019 Nissan Sentra and began shooting at them with a semi-automatic pistol. Police say, don't these fools know there are cameras everywhere? That's why I say people are stupid, man. I think it's the weed. But anyway, the car had been rented by Carter's associate, who later told police that Carter explained to him that he was involved in shooting to help a friend in jail. My gosh, you cannot make this stuff up. This is why when I had the chance, this is why I thank the Most High for my children. In situations like this, my oldest. Because I always said, if I didn't have my oldest daughter when I did, I would have had no reason to move out of the hood, or out of the Grove. Had no problem with it. Would have stayed there at the time. We're talking about at the time. Talking 26, 27 years ago. At the time, because I was cool there. It was all right. Had no problems. Knew everybody, kicking, you know what I'm saying, deal with, you know what I'm saying, just living life. But then when my daughter was born, it was like we moved still to the hood, but then little incident happened, and I'm like, I gotta get my youngin' out of here, you know. So we gotta move on up. And we slowly moved up, but stuff like this is like you try to stay away from. Not saying that everybody in the hood is bad, because it's not. It's a small smidgen, but the problem is that small smidgen is jacking it up for everybody. Ex-con Carter wearing a black hoodie, who wrote this? Also injured Jones's 3-year-old daughter, who was taken to the hospital in stable condition. Like I say, these dudes, man, they ain't got it. They ain't got it all. Martinez paid the hitman using a $15,000 PPP loan, which she claimed was for her one-woman beauty salon in operation. Whether she actually owned a salon is unclear. Now, this story happened last year, so they still don't know if she got a salon or not. So my thing is, she probably didn't. She's just probably doing hair in her kitchen, and she got a loan saying that she owned a salon. In the days leading up to the Jones murder, she withdrew $10,000, according to her arrest record. So it had nothing to do. And that's probably why you got caught. Because you used government money, took it out, and so now they track. Now they want to know where their money at. And ta-da! A few hours after Jones was gunned down, he was paid and recorded a video of himself counting a large sum of cash, according to a Miami-Dade detective. Oh, man. Oh, my God. I don't know what happened to our people. I want to say the internet. I want to say social media. I want to say, wanted to be seen, wanted to be liked, needing that attention, that people do some of the most asinine stuff that you can think of. I grew up in an era, and I always say I think my generation is the last generation that had little, if any, sense at all. And I think it just started going downhill ever since. That I grew up in a time where people, if you did some dirt, you wasn't trying to tell everybody. But you did have, every now and then you had somebody who, let's say, it robbed somebody or came to a large sum of money. Not just came to a large sum of money, there had to be no dirt. And the first thing you want to do is flash. This is in the area of the no limit CDs and the, no limit and cash money CD codes. Penny picture. When everybody's sitting there with the bottle, on their album covers with the bottles of champagne, the big booty girls, got the watches with the diamonds in and gold, diamonds and gold all in your mouth, big necklaces. Everybody want to flash because ain't nobody had nothing, so they want to be seen. When they get a little bit, they want to show it a lot. And unfortunately, it created monsters to where it created a whole generation of kids who saw that. And now that generation of kids has grown up, and what they saw as babies now has like distorted their mind. So now they get online and walk around with big wads of cash on Facebook, Instagram Live, Facebook Live videos, showing off. And then hear the door get kicked in behind them and it'd be the feds, or you hear gunshots and they're getting robbed while on Facebook Live. So, like I say, this world is, dude, it's gotten bad. It's gonna have to be a change. We gotta get back to educating our kids with the right stuff. We need to get back to the KRS-Ones, the Ice Cubes being in the forefront rap-wise, the people like Public Enemy. Not necessarily them rapping because they older. I mean, they still need to do it. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm talking about younger generation. That whoever make this music, this is the music that we need to promote. And that we need to promote, because they're not, the powers that be are not going to promote that music. So we need to get to see these videos and promote these brothers and sisters who bring a positive message in their rap music, and get on our social media pages and post their videos. It's as simple as that. Singers that sing about, actually sing about love and, and how treating your woman and your man or what have you, and not dogging them out and calling them, out their name, and not saying they all dogs, or, saying they ain't no good, and it's all about whopping, saying I do this and that for money. You need to find the ones who really rap and sing and rap about, the essence of a real relationship, and post these videos on our social media pages. Because like I say, the powers that be are not going to do that. Because like I said, there's something missing with these younger people. I mean, 35, 29, that's 10 years younger than me, around about 10, 15 years younger than I am. So like I said, that's another whole other generation. To them, I'm like uncle and daddy status. Pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Basically. So that's why I say our generation. I don't know about the generation before us, because they was doing the love making. Even the gangsters was listening to, going to clubs and dancing to, Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, Prince, Parliament. But that's what they had. But now rappers a big thing, and that's what these kids are listening to. And the type of rap that's out there that's being promoted. Ain't saying people shouldn't rap about anything they don't want to, but then I think there should be a limit to what actually is put out there for especially our kids to listen to. Because we want to just say, it's freedom of speech, we should be able to do what we want to, but really shouldn't, man. Everybody should have some kind of rules. There needs to be some regulation. How the old people live. But the old people won't let you do certain things. And we get mad and say, oh, the old people, y'all just old, I don't know what you're talking about. But then when you get older, you realize what they were saying and why they was doing what they was doing, because now we got stories like this that it makes no sense to us. Just as R. Kelly would say, use your common sense. This is just common sense. It's like, dude, why in the hell would you commit a crime and then hours later post a video of you counting that money? Because undoubtedly you ain't watching the first 48. Undoubtedly you ain't never watched The Wire. Undoubtedly nobody in your family or in your household, any of your friends has ever been to jail. Or you have not talked to them when they got arrested and found out what the hell happened. Because if you, like I said, if you understand how it used to be, like I said, somebody doing dirt, let's say commit a robbery, let's say committing a murder, people would lay low. I mean, you got some people now that would still lay low, but people understand the rules that you lay low for a while. You come into a bunch of money, man, you put that money up and you don't touch that money. You let that money just sit there for a while. And then like slowly but surely, you know, bring it out a little bit. But you don't understand that money had to come from somewhere. $10,000 is a lot of money. That's how I know these youngsters don't watch the news, don't pay attention to laws, don't think about banking, finance, or nothing. They just, they got no education, man. They got no education, you know what I'm saying, how the world works. And this is why, unless things change, man, it ain't gonna get better. He can allegedly be heard saying, quote, just another day at the office, according to the Herald. Man, this is, look at this, this is sad. Martinez and Robertson, who were arrested on Tuesday, argued that they were not involved in the killing. Oh, really? But you got Big Dummy here with $10,000. God damn. You drew $10,000 and Big Dummy here flashing $10,000 in the video, but you had nothing to do with it. Jasmine has always denied any involvement in this since the first time law enforcement approached her last summer, said Martinez's defense attorney, Phelan Zerpoli. Yes, Jasmine has always denied any involvement. Did you say my client is innocent? She had nothing to do with it. No, she just said Jasmine denied her involvement. So even the lawyers like, no, it's a bunch of bullshit. She also denied the killing in a Facebook post the day after the killing. Really? Pray for the family instead of playing detective and assassinating people's character. Man, sit your butt down, she wrote. I said sit your butt down. They said she wrote. No matter what differences you and the other person may have been through in the past, that isn't worth death. Why are you sitting here continuing a feud for years and years after your 3 boyfriends ago dude left you for a younger, and look at these pictures, prettier girl? You can't get, what you mad about? I can't understand somebody holding grudges for years, man. Like I said in another story before, you know, like somebody, you know, I was told, you know, pretty much was said that ain't nobody, you know, hadn't seen me like just, you know, jump, you know, act a fool, you know what I'm saying, with a dude or whatever. And it's like, first of all, like say my enemies, I don't seek out enemies, I don't hang with enemies, you know, and I don't have enemies like that. Because from my younger life, I understand what having enemies and, you know, having sworn enemies can do to you and others involved, and, or even people that's not involved. How it can affect everybody's future in their life. So when you get older and you get more wise and you handle conflicts differently, you can not like somebody for years and you go your way and I go my way, and that's just what that is. Now, it's different if somebody done took a family member's life, or it's different if somebody has violated a family member, you know, say like a little kid or something sexually, you know, unconsensual, or, you know, and, you know, citizen, you know, somebody violating a homeless citizen. Now, if it's 2 people in the gang and something happened, you can be upset, but you have to say, man, that's the life they chose. God, dog, I hate it. You know what I'm saying? But wrong is wrong, right is right. And I can be there for them or whatever, and hopefully justice prevails. But some things you just can't fight for. You can't fight over. You just can't. You gotta just let well enough alone. Somebody took your boyfriend or somebody took your girlfriend. They weren't for you anyway. So they probably did you a favor. So why don't you just move on? But who knows? Maybe the girl, it ain't said in the story, but maybe the girl, maybe they're just going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? I remember, like I said, this is high school stuff. I remember being in high school and, you got girls that are going back and forth over dude. And dude just feeling like, laughing at it and like, girls tripping. They tripping, you know what I'm saying? They want to fight each other, bringing their homegirls in the fights and stuff like that. It's stupid stuff. But like I said, that's high school. That's childish. 30, in your late 20s, early 30s, man. Man, that woman there got problems. It say, okay, let's continue her quote. I'm a mother before I'm anything, and I'm only a mother who knows the feeling of losing a child. I serve one God and one God only. My children, who wrote this? Is that her? Really? My children are hurting more. So this means she lost a child. That's true, man. They don't tell her what kind of mental. If you lost a child, I think you should actually need to, you should. There should be a mandate where you should be given free mental health exams and counseling, because I cannot imagine going through that, having to go through that. And then who knows, like I said, maybe that other girl was, maybe who knows what she was saying to her, what she was doing to her. It just triggered. You just don't know. And I'm sure it'll come out in the trial or what have you, but my children are hurting more than ever, and instead of me reaching to the opinions of others, reacting to the opinions of others, won't help me be there for them as I should. My condolences go out to anyone who is grieving the loss of a loved one, and most definitely Shantae. And I pray her baby girl gets well. And then a bunch of hashtags. Romeo is and has been in custody well before the incident unfolded, said Jonathan Jordan, Robertson's attorney. This loss of life is tragic, but Mr. Robertson had nothing to do with it. We look forward to reviewing all the evidence and maintaining he is innocent of these allegations. I think Romeo gonna snitch. Tell you the truth. I think she hollered at him. He hollered at his boy to do this, commit this crime. Like I said, he's probably in jail. Said hollered at his boy to commit this crime, and it happened. And so now they find out that the way they got the man with the money, the loudest one is the weakest one. Remember that the man flashing the money. I bet you he told that Romeo was the one who told him about the job. Guaranteed. This loss of life is tragic, but Robertson had nothing to do with it. We look forward to reviewing all the evidence and maintaining his innocence of these allegations. Prosecutors suspect that Robertson was the go-between who set Martinez up with the gunman, but he already is in jail on unrelated charges. Was she dating an inmate? Probably. It is unclear whether Carter had retained a defense attorney. He was arrested earlier this month, but his arrest warrant was sealed by a court order until Martinez was arrested, the Herald reports. Prosecutors say that Nelson and Martinez hatched the plan to murder Jones over a series of months via jailhouse phone calls. Something to know, these phone calls are tapped, like seriously. But then if they tap, then so I gotta put some kind of onus blame on the court system, on the judicial system, because if the phones are tapped and they're doing it through jailhouse calls, y'all could have stopped this way before it happened. So undoubtedly, somebody dropping the ball. Prosecutors said that Nelson and Martinez hatched a plan to murder Jones over a series of months via jailhouse phone call, which were recorded and used as key evidence. But you didn't stop it. This is why we can't trust the judicial system. However, Nelson has not been accused of taking part in the TSA's officer's murder. In one call, Martinez allegedly said she was ready to go kill this hoe and that Jones had to die. Really? But you had nothing to do with it, according to the alleged killer's arrest warrant. Police were able to connect Carter to the shooting after tracing his phone to the area where the murder took place, and said that the same phone was traced to the same area for a 4 hours long period on the 2 days leading up to the murder, suggesting that he was scoping out Jones' apartment. I'll be damned. Carter communicated with Martinez 127 times in the months leading up to Jones' death and spoke extensively with Robertson. with whom he served an early prison sentence. Oh, okay, so that's how y'all met. So like I say, she's probably dating the dude, and then the dude say, I know somebody who can handle that for you. All three use sports terms to haggle over the price of the hit, with the term number 10 jersey referring to the ultimate $10,000 payment. That's funny, because you know what I'm saying? I can remember back in the day you used words like t-shirts and stuff like that when we was talking, but let me hush, I'm like I'm self-snitching. Robertson and Carter have arraignments scheduled for February 24th, while Martinez is to be extradited from Port St. Lucie. Left one out of town. Man, I'm surprised I haven't read that whole article, but this is interesting. Man, this story is like sad, sickening, all the way around. You have a young lady. First, let's start. You have two people who are dating. 33-year-old is dating a guy. I guess he was, I can't remember how old the guy was. But she's 33 now, so she was like 28. Then a 19-year-old comes and takes your man. And now there's a feud between the two of y'all, I'm assuming. But it seems like you getting the upper hand of this feud every time because you lay hands on him. That didn't work. You lay hands on again. That didn't work. So then you had your boyfriend lay hands on him while y'all after y'all left court because you laid hands on him. And now that didn't work. So now the girl finna go testify against that dude. That didn't work. So now you gotta have a kill. And everybody use social media, use cell phones, cameras everywhere. They can track and trace you so easily, but yet you ain't got the common sense at 33. First of all, you took out a PPP loan for the business you didn't have. They gave it to you, and then you withdrew $10,000, which anybody can tell you draw a certain amount of money out the bank, the Fed's gonna want to know. The Fed's gonna check. If you do any kind of transaction using that much money, the banks have to report this information. But you don't know this stuff. You don't know this for some reason. But you're 33, so they let me know you're dumb as a doorknob. But then you give him the money to a guy. He goes out and commits a crime, shoots a girl with her baby there, and the baby is injured. They didn't say the baby got shot, but they said the baby was injured. Or was the baby struck? I'm not sure, but the baby's injured, doing better. Then the dummy goes and posts the video online the day that he got the money. And it's just spiraled out of control ever since. Fellas, I think a lot of these dudes don't have male role models that raised them, positive male role models that raised them. I don't think they have this. Because people, these kids, these youngsters, these guys sit here and talk about how they pimps, players, that all these women control these women, do this, that, and the other in the bed. They can talk about these women, call them B's and H's. Women do whatever. But for some reason, these women can get you to get out here and kill another female over an old boyfriend. There ain't a pimp or a player that I know or know of who will sit here and hear this story and will condone these actions of any guy that played a part in this. Not one. There's not a grown man, straight-laced grown man, who may have multiple women, would sit here and listen to this story and condone the actions of any other guys involved in this. They would probably clap their hands and praise the guy who got rid of a 28-year-old woman. Looks kind of rough for me. I mean, let's just be honest. And went and found him a 19-year-old young 10-year-old. Let's just be honest. The woman's 29. If she out here fighting and acting a fool, hiring people, who knows, hiring folks to kill folks, having some other dude to beat up a 19-year-old kid, or so 20, it's just 20, 22, 23 at the time, 20-something-year-old kid. He probably didn't want to be around you. He was probably too thuggish, too manly. You know what I'm saying? Probably had enough of that and said, I need me like I said, a 19-year-old young tender. I'm just talking from a man's point of view. I'm sorry. But, women who are older just, get offended by that because yes, I'm sure you was once a young tender too, but everybody gets old. And, the young lady who, rest in peace, who got killed, if she would have been able to live, which she had the right to, no matter what she done at a young age, because people make mistakes, people make choices. Like I said, you got every morning you got a chance and a choice. Like I say, shout out to Jay Prince for that. When you're young, you make choices and it could be a mistake. You learn from it and you get older and you do better. So like I said, she had the right, like everybody else who make choices and do some dumb stuff and had to suffer the consequences. She had the right to live and to grow up and to learn from that and do better for her life, just like everybody else did. But as I'm saying, if she would, been able to grow up, one day she was gonna be 33, 43, 53, whatever, and there's gonna be some young tenders out there that maybe the man she with gonna leave her for them. I mean, it happens. Unfortunately, it happens. But none of this, whatever's told in this story, none of this was worth taking somebody's life. And these guys, like I say, I don't think they had any positive male role models. Which means that men, we talking about us men with some sense. I know me. I try to teach young kids, young boys, young girls, just the rules of the game. I try to be blunt with them and be a role model and understand how life is, because some things, like this stuff is not worth it. Because you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 people directly affected. You got somebody murdered. You got a woman who hired the guy that was hired, and the guy that went and got the guy that was hired. Oh, and also the dude that was when the guy that beat the girl up. So you got 5 people involved in this whose lives have changed forever. Not to mention the families of these people, because now they're affected, and it's like. When people do this stuff, they don't understand that. They don't understand that stuff that you do affecting everybody. Nobody wants to go bury their child. Nobody wants to go visit their child or their mother or their sister in prison, or their brother or uncle or whoever. Nobody wants to go visit you in prison. Nobody, your family, your kids do not want to live without you. As horrible a person that you may be to the rest of the world, for some strange reason, we as kids love our parents and want to be around them. I see stuff firsthand all the time about how a lot of these kids, they want their mama or they want their daddy, but it's like their mom and daddy out there doing stuff they can't get right. But kids don't know that. They got that bond with their parents. Nobody wants to see their parents doing bad. They don't deserve this. If you want to commit a crime, then you should do it by yourself. That's an old school rule. You do your dirt by your loner. That way nobody else is affected. Just you. And like I said, if you got kids, then you go ahead and you go ahead and get them situated. Prepare them for you not being there no more or something happening. But if you got to go do something, do the job, hey, that's the least you can do. Get your family ready. But no, you're not gonna do that. You're gonna do this and then thinking that you smarter than the system. Man, the system, like I say, it's cameras everywhere. There's cameras everywhere, there's cameras and recordings everywhere. You sit there and talk about something with your phone sitting there. Talk about a product. Talk about a subject matter. And your phone not even on, just sitting right next to you. And then go and look at your phone later on, and you'll see that ads will pop up about the stuff you was talking about. I mean, seriously. I mean, that's how it is. It's cameras. They're watching you 24/7, 7 days a week. But yet, you ain't got the sense that God gave you to understand that. Your emotions, and for some reason, we are too emotional. And I think it's saying it's because we don't have enough real men out here teaching these youngsters real life and how life is supposed to go. And it's sad. And it's, like I say, it's only going to get worse until we make a change. Self-accountability. But anyway, let me get out of here, man. That's enough. I've been here way too long. This is like a story I felt I had to bring. I had to talk about it. Tell me what you think about it. Leave your comment. Please leave your comment. Please leave your comments in the comment section below. Hey, if you want to support the channel, you can always donate, or you can go to the website in the description box, buy some merchandise. It can be kind of like an exchange for, something tangible for the information that I bring you. If you want to start a YouTube channel, hit that TubeBuddy link. Sign up. It's a great way to start the channel. It gives you all the hot topics. It gives you like the hashtags, the keywords you can use. Look up the hot stuff to talk about, so you can get more views, which is like what this is all about. So you can bring your knowledge and wisdom to the masses. And with that being said, like I say, man, subscribe, share, like, hit the notification bell, and on that, I'm out, and I'll holler at you later.